What the fuck is going on, guys? This is Kevin the Full Metal Ginger, and this time I'm going to talk about this upcoming Decibel Tour 2017. When I first saw the lineup for it, I was kind of iffy on it. I knew Midnight I really wanted to see, but the rest of it I was kind of just But the more I kind of look at it, the more I think about it, the more I'm just super excited to go see this tour. The first date is the date I'll be going to if I get to go, which will be in Charlotte on March 17th. And yeah, I really want to go see this thing. Like I said, just the more I think about it, the more excited I am about it. A lot of classic bands, some newer up-and-coming bands, and just it should be really kick-ass show. Yeah, today listening to Abominator, Evil Proclaimed. I want to say we've listened to this before, but I'm not positive. So, yeah, that's just what I was in the mood for. So, yeah, Decibel Tour, man. They've had a couple good ones. Most of them I skipped out on for one reason or another, be it the lineup or just not having a date anywhere near me. Last year, featuring Abath, Skeleton Witch, High on Fire, and I don't even remember the other band. And they did have a date close to me. I just didn't end up going for, I don't even remember why. But yeah, this year, man, I should be able to pull this off. I think the date's on a Friday. It's the first date of the tour. And I should be able to leave work, come home, change my clothes, and head on down. So hopefully this will work out. And if any of you are going to that show, yeah, can't wait to fucking party and rock out with you. So I'm just going to kind of run through every band and tell you my take on it and what I'm excited about. So, first up, and now this is not counting the opening bands. I know usually they put opening bands on there. They just kind of release them a little bit later. Last year in Charlotte it was Absu, so I was like, son of a bitch. I can't believe I missed that, but you know, be that as it may. I'm not going to include the opening bands on here because as far as I'm aware they've not released them yet. So just forget that's on there. The first band, man, fucking Horrendous. A band I've not really listened to a shit ton of. The best way I can describe them, if you're not familiar with them, is kind of like a death metal with a bit of atmospheric vibe to it, here and there. It's really killer stuff. I prefer them live over their albums. I've watched more of their live videos than I have listened to their albums, so I think that'll definitely make me a fan, because there's always some bands you like better live. But really all I've really listened to is Anoretta. They do have a couple other full lengths, The Chills and Ecdysis, something like that. And yeah, Anoretta actually ended up being Decibel's album of the year in 2015. I think it was #1. It was on the list for sure. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see if I build a following for them. Just don't know too much about them, but what I've heard, I like it. You know, just like to hear more, and definitely in a live setting. So yeah, Horrendous, man. Should be really kick-ass to check them out. Next up, the fucking reason I'm fucking going to the tour. Goddamn Midnight, man. What can you say about Midnight that hasn't been said? Getting ready to release their a new compilation album later on in this month. So if I don't pick it up before then, I'm hoping to pick it up at the tour. Yeah, I mean, all I really have from them is Complete and Total Hell, Satanic Royalty, and No Mercy for Mayhem. Right? Yes. And also the Shocks of Violence EP. I just showed this a couple videos ago. Yeah, man, everyone who I've ever heard say they've seen Midnight live says you have to do it. It's an experience of a lifetime, and this is really my first opportunity to see the band. From what I know, or from what I'm aware, I've not seen any kind of tour with them coming anywhere around my area. So this is something I do not want to miss out, if at all possible. Just a band I've really been looking forward to seeing for quite some time, and yeah, I'm really hoping to pick up some kick-ass merch from them. Hopefully. Next up, man, Obituary. Obituary is a band I've largely ignored, save for their fucking first 3 albums, Slowly We Rot, God damn it! Cause of Death, and, fuck. The Incomplete. I apologize. Yeah, aside from those albums, I've really just kind of ignored them. I've not really heard much out of the way that really got me excited about Obituary. But I am, because they are an older band, they are one of the pioneers in the death metal genre. That's the main reason I really wanted to check them out. And I was kind of going back the other day listening to those first 3 albums, especially Slowly We Rot, and it just really made me want to go check them out. Just for that reason, and just because they're an old school band, and just they are definitely a band. I prefer their live stuff to their actual albums. The only thing I own by them is Darkest Day, and it's all right. It's a bit doomy, a bit too slow and doomy for me. I mean, they always kind of had that doomy feel, but I mean, it was a lot faster back in the day, and I prefer that personally. But yeah, man, a band I really do want to go check out. I just kind of hope that they do a little bit of an older set. I'm sure they won't. Believe they have a new album getting ready to drop, so we might see some stuff off of that. I may be wrong about that, but I would definitely like to see an older set. But, you know, I mean, be that it as may, just I'm really excited to see them for sure. Just they have the iconic and legendary status, and that would just be kind of cool to knock off the bucket list. So, fucking Obituary, hell yeah. Let's go do it. Next up, the fucking headliner, Kreator. Kreator is a band that I've either really, really loved or just ignored. I first got introduced to Kreator when they put out Enemy of God in 2005, I believe. And, yeah, I mean, for the most part, their albums consisted of 3 or 4 songs I really liked, and the rest of it was just mediocre, in my opinion. And, you know, I just kind of followed them at a distance, you know. I mean, Gods of Violence, I've heard a little bit off of it. I've maybe given it 1 or 2 full listens. I just don't think I've listened to it enough to really give my full opinion on it. But it has some songs here and there that I enjoyed. Mostly, I prefer their earlier albums in Pleasure to Kill and Coma of Souls. I really want to see some songs off of those albums. And fucking, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but Hordes of Chaos, man, I love that goddamn album. That fucking title track blows me away every fucking time. First time I heard that song, I was instantly, you know, kind of reintroduced to Kreator, where I'd been ignoring them after Enemy of God. And, yeah, like I said, I mean, it's just they're a hit or miss band for me. But, you know, when they do put out music, I'm always kind of keeping my ears open and keeping my eyes out looking for it. And, yeah, the fucking Hordes of Chaos, the most awesomely homoerotic music video I've ever seen in my life, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. And unfortunately, the only album I own from them is Phantom Antichrist. This was a solid release, man. Phantom Antichrist was probably my favorite, the title track. Your Heaven, My Hell was a good one. From Flood into Fire. You know, I mean, just a few songs off and on. Feed the Proud, the Broken. But overall, if I had to choose, I'd pick their earlier work. It leans more on the death metal side. It's a lot darker, a lot heavier. Whereas later on they get a little bit more melodic, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're talking about my opinion, that's what I prefer from Kreator. But I was going back and listening to all this music, just trying to get a feel for how this video would go, and I got instantly reinvigorated because I really want to see Kreator, man. They just put on a great live show, fucking awesome music, heavy as shit, killer grooves, awesome, amazing riffs, and just cannot wait to fucking see them. And if they don't play Hordes of Chaos, I'm going to fucking be pissed off and shit my britches and throw it at people. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's only 4 bands announced officially as of right now, so we have to wait to see who all else gets added, if anyone. Yeah, if I do end up going to this, there will be probably a follow-up video of how the show went, and then maybe another one with all the merch. I'm definitely a merch guy. I have to get merch. I'm really hoping to see some vinyl. I would love to get, you know, from Kreator, like, at least, I'm probably not going to have it, but I would at least like to pick up Pleasure to Kill on vinyl, Hordes of Chaos as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be on vinyl. Midnight, you know, whatever they have, I don't give a fuck. I'll pick up anything from that band. Obituary, I would love to have a Slowly We Rot vinyl. Like, again, they probably will not have it. But But the main thing I always go for is shirts. I try to get at least a shirt from every band, so that is primary focus. And if I figured it right, I've got to save about $200, not counting the tickets, just to get all this stuff. And yeah, Horrendous, I'd definitely like to pick up an album or two from them and show some support there. Overall, I think it's a very solid lineup. The more I look at it, yeah, I cannot wait to go see this. As of right now, we're about a month and a week away from this show, for me at least. So, yeah, it opens, like I said, March 17th in Charlotte, first day of the tour, and can't think of a better way to spend a Friday night than going checking out some fucking kick-ass music. And I hope to fucking Satan this fucking works out, because I've waited a long fucking time to see Midnight, not to mention Kreator and Obituary, and I'm just really excited to see Horrendous. So, yeah, I mean, that's it for my little preview. This is just my little take on it. Hope you guys liked it. Hope to see you guys at the fucking show. And if you'd be so kind to send me those likes, send me those comments, subscribe if you haven't, and keep supporting extreme fucking metal.